All right, welcome to our first training video. So I'm Shep Shepard with Vetus Domus AI. Today we're going to be talking about free AI tools that realtors can use to make part of their job a little bit easier. We're going to be talking about basically a product that Google offers, and if you have a Google account or a Gmail account, there is a free tier you can use to access this product. If you don't have a Gmail account, I would recommend creating one just because I think these tools can be really useful. And specifically today, what we're going to be talking about is chatting with your documents. Agents have a ton of documents at their disposal, and NotebookLM will give you the ability to upload these and then have a conversation with your document. You can ask questions against it. You can create all kinds of fun things. You can use a chat interface to ask a question against it. We'll show you. I'm going to do a full demo of all the products. I suspect, if I'm guessing right now, this will be a 30-minute video, but we're going to talk about all this. But once you get started, once you get past the upload your document, the rest of the interface is really simple to use. So I think you'll have a good time using it. But the things you can do is create flashcards. You can create an audio overview of a document that you can download, which for a contract, you may not care about hearing an audio overview of your document. But when you're talking about some of the licensing laws and some of the PDFs, because most commissions have dozens, if not hundreds of PDFs that cover license law in every state. This gives you the ability to basically get a summary of new stuff that's released every year. Or if you're training for your license, this is a great study tool. So you can create flashcards, create a quiz, create a video overview, create a mind map. You can even create an interactive podcast, and that's actually what the audio overview is. It's two people talking to each other about the document as if it were a podcast. So let's go ahead and get into it, and we'll get started right away. Okay, so here's where we're going to start. If you go to the URL, you'll see it at the top, notebooklm.google.com, and I'll put the link in the description of the video also. But this is where you're going to begin your journey. Obviously, I do have I'm already signed in as my user account, which is a Gmail account, even though it has my domain name against it. But what we're going to start with is create your first notebook. So what it's going to have us do is come in here and upload a document that we're going to look at. So I'm going to pull in license law for North Carolina, which is about 30 or 40 pages. So it's not terribly long, but it's a good place just to get started. Let's see if we can't find it here. So I'm going to drag that over here. License law and rules comments. It's very popular. If you're in North Carolina, you know this document very well. Other states all have versions of this. Sometimes they divide it out into several different documents or different PDFs. Sometimes they divide it up by chapter. And obviously there are larger documents where you can download individual chapters of real estate law. And if you decide to go that route, do it. I think it's great. For instance, in North Carolina, we actually have some like the Chapter 93A for timeshares, for instance, which is about, I think it's 60-odd pages long. 71 pages. So that might be a document where if you really need to dive into the weeds, go download the entire chapter of a real estate manual that is used to govern real estate instead of the overviews that we frequently get to give you the minimum information, and run that through here as well. So you can ask a lot more detailed questions. Obviously, when you do this, what happens is AI is using the document as it's what's called ground truth. So it's not going to hallucinate anything that it knows about real estate in North Carolina. It's going to use this document as its source and its only source. So this isn't like ChatGPT where you just go ask a question and hopefully you get the right answer and it's up to date. In this case, every question you ask it needs to be related to the document that you're putting in there. To give you an example, my famous question for figuring out if something is grounded in source truth is, who is Harry Potter? It shouldn't know the answer to that because it's not grounded in the document that I put in there. It'll come back with something. Let's see what it comes back with, because I want you to understand that this AI, this chat interface is grounded in that document. Based on the sources provided, there's no information about a person named Harry Potter. So that's important. Keep that in mind, is the fact that you're not going to get ChatGPT's knowledge, or in this case, Gemini. We're actually not using ChatGPT to do this. We're using a competitive model called Gemini from Google, which is on par with OpenAI's ChatGPT. So it's just as good. So we've got the document uploaded, and we can see already that it does give us some information about chatting with it. It's like based on the sources provided, there's no information. Okay, that's great. The content focuses on topics such as, so it's given us an overview of the document. Requirements for obtaining a real estate broker license in North Carolina. The different categories of licensing, provisional broker, broker, and broker in charge. So then we can do the chat and start asking it questions like, what does it take to become a BIC? So we'll see. It'll take a second to come back. It's like normal AI. I think if you ever use ChatGPT, you'll be used to having to wait a second. But this is a good question to ask it. We'll see what it comes back with. But I also want you to notice while that's working on it, we've actually got some other over here: audio overview, video overview, mind map, reports, flashcards, and quiz. And we're going to dive into all those so you can see them. But you've actually done the hardest part already. So if you were to stop this video, go to NotebookLM and upload your file and just start pushing buttons, you're good to go. So if you wanted to, you could skip the training. But you'll see that we actually do get something back that's pretty interesting here. So next thing I want to do is show you the mind map. This would be a good study tool for you. If you've never looked at a mind map before, it actually is a way to connect all the information into a single, like a document flowchart. It's kind of what a mind map is. I've never been a huge fan of mind maps, but they are amazing for a lot of people because different people think different ways and they visualize information different ways. And a mind map is a really good way to take a look at that. So if we pull up the mind map, we can actually see what it does here is it creates the document, which is North Carolina Licensed Law and Real Estate. And then we can start diving into the topics that are covered into that document. What are the requirements for a license? And you'll see that it starts going through, expand all nodes. Let's show you how big this mind map gets. But this will take you through the details of everything that's in here. So we're going to collapse all that and dive into just one topic. Let's make that large screen again. I like that better. See where our mind map go. There we go. Collapse it. Lost the center. So we're going to click on one of these. Mind map requirement for a license. It keeps jumping back. General requirements, if you can see that. License categories, activities requiring a license. Oh, that's a good one. So, and then we can look at this and see listing or offering to list a real estate for sale or rent, selling or buying, leasing or renting, offering to lease or rent. So you can get some details on this. And if you click on this, it'll just recenter it. But you also can ask it a question. It's like if you have something that you're like, well, tell me exactly what listing or offering, listing or offering to list real estate, sale, or rent. You can ask a question in the chat about that as well. So we're going to close the mind map and go back and look at something else. One thing I haven't played with, when I was working on my license, which I haven't finished yet, when I was working on my license, I never did the flashcards. That wasn't an option a few months ago, or about 6 months ago. It's kind of funny, while we're waiting on that, I started working on my license and decided that I could AI the heck out of real estate, because that is my actual background is artificial intelligence. And I decided to create a company that actually does do artificial intelligence for real estate. But along the way, there's a lot of free tools you have the ability to use. And I'm just going to share those with you and let you know what they are. So that's kind of how I got to where I am. So hopefully I can be doing a little training video every couple of weeks just to give you a neat little thing you can do. All right, so that's taking a second. So I'm going to pause the video so you don't have to wait, listen to me yammer on, and I'll be right back. Okay, so our flashcards are complete. Now we can open this up and take a look at this. So first one we get, let's see, we got 69 flashcards out of that document. In North Carolina, any person or business entity who engages in real estate brokerage for compensation while physically in the state must have a, let's see, what do we have? North Carolina real estate broker license. Not surprising, right? So we can go to the next card. And then those will go on, and you get 69 of these out of that single document. And obviously, with North Carolina, there are a lot of documents, and they're all worthy of kind of looking at it. You can blow it up and make it bigger. We're going to put this back where it was. This next one I want to show you is probably my favorite one. You can do a quiz out of this too, but that's fairly obvious. Video and audio overview. Video overview basically does like a 6-minute video and creates a little PowerPoint presentation to talk to you about what the contents of the document are. I'll let you explore that on your own. The audio overview is the one that's going to blow your mind. So I'm going to go ahead and generate this. This takes about 5 minutes, so be patient. Go grab a cup of coffee on your own. Not right now, when you're doing this on your own. I'm going to pause the video, so it's only going to take a few seconds. But this will take about 5 minutes. And then when we come back, we're going to play around with the audio overview, because there's a little Easter egg in the audio overview that I want to show you that's really going to surprise you. Okay, so our audio overview is now complete. You'll see that you have a interactive mode and a play mode. So if you click on the play mode, as soon as I click on that, it's going to start playing. And then you also have the options to download it, share it, or delete it. Now, if you download this audio overview, and I will play it for you in a second, you can actually download this to your own device and listen to this on the road or on your AirPods or on your just whatever device you have, Android or iPhone, it doesn't matter. Just download it to your personal device, and then you can listen to it on the run. But what we're going to do right now is just go ahead and play it so you can kind of get a sense of what you're in for, and then we're going to go in interactive mode, and I'm going to show you a really cool feature.
Today, we're really tackling a big one. The North Carolina Real Estate License Law and Commission Rules.
Yeah, it's dense stuff.
Definitely. We've got all the source material here.
Okay, so that's about 12 seconds of it, and you can see there are 2 speakers. So they're going to be chatting back and forth for about 16 minutes about this document, as if it were, a podcast. So this time what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead. I went into interactive mode, and now I'm going to click on play audio.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really tackling a big one, the North Carolina Real Estate License Law and Commission Rule. Oh, hey, I think our listeners got something to say.
I have a question for you. Can you give me a detailed description of what it takes to be a broker in charge in North Carolina?
Well, that's a fantastic question.
Yeah, that status is crucial and complex.
Absolutely. We were actually just about to get into the different status categories.
So we can certainly give you that detailed description right now.
Being a broker in charge, or BIC, is not a separate license.
It's a special status designation a broker earns.
And it comes with very specific requirements and duties.
Okay, let's unpack this. First, the basics of what they need.
To qualify, the
Okay, you get the idea. So you can actually go through here and join the podcast and ask a question. So instead of you texting out, typing out, a long question against a document, or, waiting to get to whatever minute they covered in the podcast, you can interrupt the podcast and ask the question. One thing I would recommend is to, when you ask a question, ask for a detailed response. Otherwise, you're just going to get an overview, and it's going to tell you, it's like, yeah, we're getting to that in a minute. So it's a little snarky sometimes. Not bad snarky, but, like, well, tell me more. So keep that in mind. And that's pretty much, everything else is pretty much, it's super easy to use. It's a really fun tool to play around with. In July, when all the new PDFs get dropped, if there are some that are important to you, feel free to go through them. And you can use this tool. There is a free tier. I don't exactly know how much you get, but I know you can do several documents in a given month, so you can play around with it. And then the paid tier is something like $20 a month, but I don't think most people are going to need that, just to play around with a few. But I think this is a valuable tool in your arsenal of AI tools to get you farther along, and it makes learning a lot of the law around real estate, regardless of the state you're in, a lot easier. But I hope you enjoyed this. I do have a product, and that's kind of the pitch. You're waiting to the end, and I probably should have done it at the beginning because I probably lost all of you by now. But Vetus Domus AI is my company, and we actually do have an AI product. Private preview is coming in November of 2025. So if you want to get on the wait list, it's not a commitment to sign up, but you could... Right now, you're going to see a message that says beta is full. In the next few weeks, we're going to be changing that to private preview waitlist. So what we would have you do is just put in your name. We'll get your email address and basically where are you operating from, because that helps us figure out where our consumers are. And all this is going to do is generate an email. We'll let you know, and we'll send you updates periodically. And I do plan on doing an AI tools at no charge, or explaining how these things work in more detail. I'll probably try and drop 1 or 2 training videos a month for free AI. And then at some point, obviously, I'll start doing videos that'll go public on how the product works and what we actually do with our product. Right now, what we're launching is going to be an AI-generated CMA where you choose the comparables, and we'll actually generate a 3-page AI summary. So, including, potential price points for properties, not to mention how to stage it, recommendations, and risk factors for the property. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. Keep me posted. Put some comments in the YouTube description if you enjoyed it. And if you'd like something else or curious about something else, I'll try and keep up with it. Thank you very much for your time today.